Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Attack on Titan. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 19 of season 3 of Attack on Titan, and I'm just saying, don't watch this before you go to bed. Don't, because you won't sleep well, especially when you've had the 3 epic episodes that we had in a row. And, you know, I should have stopped, but I couldn't. I had to find out what happened to Armin. And then I found out what happened to Erwin as well. Now, quite frankly, like, to them, it seems like an impossible choice, but I think I was already saying goodbye to Erwin for a very long time, like knowing that like his end was coming. The writing was on the wall, and I feel like Levi put it very well, that it's like, it's his time to rest. Like, you know, like he's been through hell, and here we are trying to bring him back into it. And I agree with that, but also I think Eren losing his mom to a Titan, and the way he lost his father, the way he lost Shiganshina, and then to lose Armin, I don't even want to know what his response would be to losing his best friend that he's supposed to see the sea with. And especially because Armin's just like, when have I ever lied to you? And it was just to have Eren go along with the plan, and Armin willingly sacrifice himself. Both of them, both Arvin and Armin, chose to sacrifice themselves for the greater good, for the cause, you know, in different ways. And that makes them both just amazing heroes. And I know Armin doesn't think that. And I mean, I think it's great if you don't consider yourself a hero, yet you still do heroic things that make you a hero. As long as you're not the one saying it, I think you're a hero. And I don't think Armin would ever put himself up on a pedestal like that. But one thing is that he doesn't run away. And I think that that is an act of courage every single time, that even if you face hard things, as long as you don't run away, that's an act of courage. That's an act of heroism, no matter how big, how small. The fact that he took out Bertholdt, and the fact that he ended up eating Bertholdt, and now Armin, our little Armin, our sweet little Armin, is the Colossal Titan. You know, what a better way for two friends to bond than over their Titan abilities. But, you know, the thing that worries me, though, is that they know so little about Titans and their physiology and how they came to be, and, you know, special powers. Like, there's not a playbook anymore. Might be one in the basement if we ever get there, which hopefully now we can. But, you know, like, it's one of those things that, like, when the enemy knows more about the power that you have than you do, that's upsetting. That's really upsetting, because then they know where your weaknesses are. But what we did see was like that Zeke has a weakness, and it was that he really thought that Levi wasn't going to be a threat, even though Reiner and Bertholdt were like, worry about that guy. And Levi almost had him. He almost had him until the Titan puppy dog came and grabbed him. And like, it was epic. It was so epic. But I was just like, every time we think we have somebody, you know, like something happens. And it's the same thing happened with Reiner. And, you know, I don't blame Jean for not wanting to kill Reiner because of, you know, them being taught that, like, you know, these are Titan abilities. And especially we know with Eren, you can have more than one. So if we still had him, you know, Eren or Armin could fight over who eats Reiner, you know, and gets to be armored. Like I said, a colossal armored Titan would have been nuts. And, you know, like having the Beast Titan ability would have been amazing too. I wouldn't have expected to lose all 3. By no means am I just like, oh, rats. But I'm not sad about Bertholdt. And that's sad because, like, he's been around for a really long time. It's Reiner that had made the impression on me the most. Especially because Bertholdt's resolve really changed in the last couple episodes, where like his convictions, you know, he found it and he was going towards a goal. It was just against everybody that I care about. Hanji is alive, injured but alive. Sasha took some injuries, so I'm worried about her. We're probably going to lose her for the interim if she heals. Hopefully she heals. Oh my God, if they take Potato Girl away from me, that is my soul sister. You can't do that. I mean, they would, and they most definitely don't care about my feelings. I don't think the writers care about anyone's feelings, quite frankly, because they're so good at manipulating and breaking your feelings. And that's what makes great storytelling. And it's just, I'm excited to see where this goes next. I mean, obviously someone's got to tell Armin what happened. I wonder how Armin's going to take it. Knowing that you're like the strongest, most powerful Titan that I know of. I mean, the Beast Titan being able to throw like those rocks and just decimate houses, decimate people, horses, anything in his path is just shocking. So, he's big, but he's not too big to where his limbs are incredibly slow in the grand scheme of things. Like, like where the Colossal, like it takes him a while to do this. And it seems like the Beast Titan was just like, and he winds up and he throws it in the dirt on purpose to take out houses and people. There's going to be a lot of explaining when we get back to wherever, I don't know where we're going back to, Trost, to go see to go see Historia, because we also have a letter that Reiner had on him from Ymir to Krista, which he's still calling Krista instead of Historia, because he doesn't know about Historia. I want to know what's in that letter. And Hanji was very much like, we're going to take a look at it before we give it to her. I'd like to know, like, if there's any hidden meanings in there, like how Reiner and Annie were writing each other letters to let them know where they were, what was going, that the plan was still on for, trying to find Eren back in season 1. So I'm interested to see what's in that letter, especially from Ymir, because Historia ended up doing the thing that like Ymir's like, live your own life, do your own thing, don't let somebody tell you who you are. And then now she's living the life that like she would have no Titan ability, but she's letting people tell her who she is. But her starting up like a little orphanage farm thing where children can go and frolic and live free, and like here's the thing, she could still do it by her own rules. Just because she took on a name and an identity that like people can kind of create for her does not mean that she's not her own person. But I'm very curious about what's in that letter, and if there's any hidden meetings or anything that like Ymir is trying to like warn her about. I don't know. We also got Zeke, who like confronted Eren and was just like, I'm a victim of your father just like you. I'll come back to save you. He was like thinking about like when Erevin was charging and was saying stuff like they never learn, and like that this always happens because the Rice family erasing their memories. And like it's just kind of like, well, can you tell them then? Like, do you have to just go straight for the kill? But apparently this has been going on for a long time. So maybe they've tried. I have no idea. But I'm interested in getting into this episode because I don't know where we go from here. And I'm super excited to find out. So guys, let's get into it. I only have this song for a couple more episodes, so I'm just gonna jam to it if y'all don't mind. I don't know, maybe the next one's gonna be a bop. The basement! Obligatory statement. The basement! Oh, shit. Okay, I was like, I don't know where this is going. I do now.
It hurts so badly.
Oh, he's remembering. Yeah, buddy. Does he realize it?
Sasha, you're in horrible shape. What happened to you?
So Armin just has abs now that we see? Becomes a Titan and all of a sudden he's ripped? Oh.
Armin, I'm so glad you're back.
Yeah, Armin didn't expect to be here. He doesn't know what's happening right now.
Captain, what happened? Did we fight them off? Is everyone okay?
No.
Eren, tell him everything.
Oh boy. He's awake. Yeah, it's a look of shock I would expect. Yep.
Okay. Are you up to speed now?
Yeah. We won.
Yeah.
But of the scout regiment, there are only 9 soldiers left alive. The 9 of us.
That's what it looks like. We've been searching for survivors, but no luck.
Oh.
With both the commander and me wounded, you had to choose which of us to give the injection to.
Yep.
And you did.
Yep.
I transformed into a titan and killed Bertolt. I ate him.
I know, honey. I'm sorry. I get it. I get it.
Here.
It's literally tough to swallow. Hard to even think about.
Why'd you pick me? No matter how you look at it, Commander Ervin's the one humanity needed the most.
I don't know about that.
Your friends here argue that you were the one we needed to revive.
Yep.
And when I disagreed, they staged a little mutiny. Thing is, I was the one who chose to revive you in the end.
Yep.
Or no. It's more like I chose this to be the place where Ervin died.
I believe it should have been used on Ervin too. To be brutally honest... Never mind.
Well, no.
It's a shame we had to choose in the first place.
I wanted to hear what she was going to say.
Ervin's life and the power of a Titan both rest on your shoulders.
Yeah,
No matter what
unfortunately.
anyone says, that's the truth. It's part of who you are now.
It's a heavy burden to bear, buddy, but you're going to have to.
So does this mean that I need to become Ervin's replacement? There's no way.
I mean, you were doing a pretty good job.
There's no chance in hell that you could replace Ervin.
Very true.
That said, you have a strength within you that no one else can claim. Don't let any of us regret this. Not me. Not either one of our mutineers here.
Now that we know Armin's all right, let's check out that cellar.
Yeah, let's go.
Aaron, do you still have the key?
I do.
Finally.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
How many times have I told you to stay out of there?
I don't get why it's such a big deal.
No, you will.
Because your father keeps his work tools down there. Medicine, too.
There are injections down there.
Fine.
Oh my god, we're going to the basement! Oh man. It's gonna be emotional for Aaron, though. Hannes, his mother. Okay, you can't... I need to get a grip before I start crying. I just want to make sure that I'm, like, focused, that when we get to the basement and, like, if we get any answers, that I can absorb everything. Is the boulder on it?
This is it.
Oh, okay.
The stairs to the cellar are beneath this door.
Yeah, I thought the rock was going to be an issue, but... Here we go!
That's a relief. I was worried that it might have flooded by now.
I was worried about it being caved in. Oh my god, it's happening. It's finally happening.
You
What?
okay?
Is it the wrong key? Is it not working?
The key, it doesn't go to this door.
Is there a different door?
Step aside.
I mean, fair enough.
That'll do it.
Yeah. I thought they were gonna go. I thought it was gonna be to be continued, and I was gonna lose my damn mind. The key's probably to a different lock down here.
It almost feels like a laboratory down here. This looks like a normal doctor's study.
Yeah, there's a secret door somewhere else. I mean, is there a keyhole somewhere behind a bookcase, or...
Thanks for the drink, Mikasa. Looks like another all-nighter.
Oh. Oh, right there.
Aaron, look. I found a keyhole.
Yes, yes. Not in a desk. I didn't think a desk. I thought a bookcase or the floor. An empty drawer?
It's empty?
Look closer.
Is it
There's
a false bottom? Say, quit playing with me.
If what we're looking for exists, then we found it.
After all this time, Dad might finally explain himself.
Maybe. Who knows? At this point, we're not going to get the answer that we want, I'm sure. Come on. Open it already. Stop being dramatic. Chop, chop.
Then Erwin raised his hand and asked the strangest question. How can we be sure there aren't other humans living far away from the walls?
Fair.
Their intent is to make us believe we're the only humans left.
Maybe they just assumed. Aren't you reading a little too far into this?
Aren't you trusting the government way too much?
Back then I made fun of his theory, but he may have been right.
If he is, you'll just have to apologize to him. If our heroes are going to return, it should be soon.
Pardon, but the
Are they
scouts
here?
came back a moment ago.
Oh, good.
They did it! They reclaimed Walmaria!
With great cost. A lot of people died, though.
Is this a painting?
It's a photo.
Let me look closer.
They don't have photos.
This is no illustration. It was made by gathering the light reflected off the subject and burning it into an image on special paper.
Looks quite nice, right?
Wow.
Where I'm from, there are many amazing technologies like this. Mankind isn't gone. Beyond the walls, countless humans live in comfortable refinement. I pray the person who finds this book will be a fellow patriot.
Why couldn't have been Ervin? Oh, that's the peace he needed before he died.
Hurry, Faye! If we're not fast, we'll miss it!
Wait up, Grisha!
You can't go outside without your armbands. And Grisha, you mustn't go past the walls for any reason.
Hey, wait for me!
What does his armband mean?
So weird too.
This way! Come on!
Grisha had a sister named Faye. Oh my god.
Oh, it's leaving. When I'm rich someday, I want to ride in an airship that looks exactly like that one.
Wow.
What are you talking about? There's no way either of us will get rich.
But it's nice to pretend. I wonder what all we could see from up there.
Everything. Everywhere. Why did they have to stop right here? What does the armband mean?
But Mom said we shouldn't leave the walls no matter what!
It'll be fine. We'll just be gone for a minute.
Oh no.
Be right back, sir!
Hey! Stop right there!
The
Why are they
fateful
not allowed
day
to leave
that
the
I,
walls?
just a naive youth, was made to face the truth of this world.
I mean, obviously it's the Titans, but look. Alright, let's talk about it. Okay, so I knew that Armin would take the news, and I mean, he took it better. Really, I thought he'd be like reduced to tears or something, and I mean, almost throwing up. Yeah, that's about right. You know, I don't know what Hanji was gonna say when she's like, "If I'm being honest," like, I was like, "No, what were you gonna say, Hanji? That Erwin was the better choice?" Or I respected him more, or, you know, like I was really curious as to what would have come after that. And I'm glad she actually didn't answer it, because I don't really think that needs to be answered. There's nothing you can do about it now. I stand by that it's the right decision. Although I would love for Erwin to have seen the basement and to have seen a photograph. And especially now with that end credit scene and seeing Grisha and his sister in a world in which they had airships. Now I'm so curious. And like, you're not allowed to go beyond the walls. And I don't know what the danger is here. If it's Titans, if it's something else, I don't know what the armband means. It felt very like World War II Nazi Germany and Jews and them having to wear the Star of David on their arms, or even getting tattoos, and just what I felt in that moment was like kind of like a conflict and confusing and sad, but like also like, for Aaron to be like, is this a painting? And it's a photograph, and even Hanji doesn't know, and Grisha explaining it on the back, like he essentially has a guide to the outside world explaining technologies and what they are. And I mean, where is this? So Grisha had a sister, Faye, who he probably either had to leave behind or she died. He became a doctor. Hopefully he became rich enough to fly an airship for her. Oh my gosh. I always hate when I hear somebody have hopes and dreams in a show that's like this, because I'm like, probably didn't happen. Yeah, I knew the key probably, like when Aaron said it didn't fit, I was like, it's obviously not for that door. And like there had to be another secret hiding place, because really Aaron going into his dad's, laboratory wouldn't have been a big deal, but finding out about the outside world in, his dad's belongings would have been quite a shock for young Aaron, especially because him and Armin had always talked about leaving and going to see the sea and other places. Oh my gosh, wait till Armin finds out. Or wait until Armin starts talking about it, because I'm sure that they've had plenty of time to talk about it on their way back. And the fact that like the group of men with like Pixis were talking about, Erwin and the outside world and how the government had been keeping things from them, like, I don't want to say it's normal, because it shouldn't be normal. I don't even think Germany erases its history, as horrid and as horrible as it is. They keep it ever present so they don't repeat it again. And, it's hard being an American sometimes, knowing that like we do paint ourselves as the hero of a lot of our stories, and that's not always true. And governments, they definitely like to censor to make themselves look great, to rewrite a history, to eliminate certain things from history. The Rice family knows the truth, and they know the truth that they want the people to know, because they can erase their memories. And to me, like, what's the problem of knowing the truth other than the fact that you're on the wrong side? It's hard for me to side with the Beast Titan when he's just like, oh, they did this before and they're very proud and like they're always the hero of their own story and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, like, what does he mean? And then like, I'll come back here and, I'll save you. And I know it's supposed to confuse, but it also just makes me think that like, maybe humans aren't the good people in this story. I mean, I don't know, because Grisha and his sister didn't look like they could shift into Titans, and I didn't see any Titans around. So I don't know. I can't wait for more of this story and kind of Grisha's history and, a place that's outside of the walls and learning more about it. And I mean, I bet Hanji is just poring over those books, like just foaming at the mouth because of the technology that she's learning about. But yikes. Yeah, we definitely need more. And I don't know what's up with like the people that like all of a sudden can turn into Titans or that are emerging from Titans, but they always have a 6-pack. And all of a sudden I'm like, so Armin doesn't have a regular shirt anymore and he's just going to have abs now? Okay. I'm not going to complain, but I'm also just kind of like, tracks. But guys, if you want to watch the length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon and up to 2 episodes early. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. What did you think of this episode? What did you think of like just Grisha's backstory? Well, the beginning, the after credit scene, but like, is that what you expected when you got to the basement? Because I was like, yes! And I was like expecting like a laboratory that has all this Titan, stuff everywhere where he can, inject people. And like, come to think of it, why did I think that? Because I think he genuinely wants to save people. But I think, especially when he saved like Hannes's wife and Carla, was it Hannes's wife? Yeah. and in Carla, and like there was all these sick people that he had like medicine from somewhere else to help save them. Like he's a good doctor, but he also had like medicine that would help them because they don't have, certain vaccines because they don't have the technology. Maybe he was working on all of that so he could get that going. I don't know. I find it hard to think that Grisha is bad in any of this, but, good men can do bad things and bad men can do good things. That's the reason why the saying is that a broken clock is right twice a day, is that you don't erase good things because of bad things, but like there is a scale, there is a balance that you have to have, or the imbalance needs to be more good than bad. And I'm hoping that for Grisha that's the way the weights go, is that it bears more weight on the good than it ever would on the bad. And I don't know what to think right now, but I can't wait for the next episode. And I'm going to watch it, but you have to wait. So come back here for that, guys. And in the meantime, I'll see ya.